The 2025 NBA Western Conference Finals continued with Game 2 on the Thunder's home court, where the Oklahoma City Thunder looked to build on their Game 1 momentum against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Coming off a dominant first win, the Thunder sought to extend their series lead, while the Timberwolves aimed to respond strongly, especially with Anthony Edwards recovering from his earlier injury. Ultimately, the Thunder prevailed once again, securing a 118-103 victory and taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. The game revealed both teams' strengths and exposed areas that required tactical adjustments as the series shifts to Minnesota. Welcome to Jintatski Sports, your spot for all things sports. From legendary moments and big-time plays to inspiring stories and deep dives, we bring you the content that keeps the game alive. If you love sports as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. The game tipped off with an intense pace, as both teams traded early baskets in a back-and-forth contest. The Timberwolves, eager to avoid a quick deficit, leaned heavily on Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards to generate offense. Edwards, showing signs of improvement despite his lingering ankle discomfort, hit several mid-range jumpers and drove aggressively to the rim. Meanwhile, the Thunder countered with their trademark defensive pressure, limiting easy looks and forcing Minnesota into contested shots. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander orchestrated the Thunder's offense with precision, attacking gaps and dishing out assists. By the end of the first quarter, Oklahoma City had established a slight edge, leading by 6 points, thanks to efficient scoring and timely defensive stops. In the second quarter, Oklahoma City elevated their defensive intensity. The Thunder's perimeter defenders aggressively contested Minnesota's shooters, while their rim protectors anchored the paint, deterring drives. This defensive pressure resulted in several Timberwolves turnovers, which the Thunder quickly converted into transition points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander took over offensively, mixing his mid-range game with drives to the basket, while Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren provided valuable support through cutting and spot-up shooting. Despite this, Minnesota showed resilience. Rudy Gobert made impactful contributions on defense and the boards, while Julius Randle continued to generate points in the post. However, turnovers and a lack of consistent outside shooting limited the Timberwolves' ability to close the gap. The Thunder took a 12-point lead into halftime, feeling confident with the momentum. The third quarter marked a turning point as Oklahoma City exploded offensively. Their ball movement became sharper, leading to open three-point attempts, several of which were knocked down by Williams and Holmgren. Defensively, the Thunder's rotations were swift, cutting off driving lanes and forcing Minnesota into low-percentage shots. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continued his relentless attack, scoring at will and facilitating teammates with deft passes. Conversely, Minnesota struggled to find their rhythm. Edwards faced challenges creating separation against the Thunder's smothering defense, while the team's overall offensive execution faltered. The Timberwolves' turnover rate spiked in this quarter, and their inability to convert on second-chance opportunities further widened the scoring gap. Oklahoma City outscored Minnesota 35-21 in this frame, effectively putting the game out of reach. In the final quarter, the Thunder maintained their defensive dominance and paced their offense efficiently. They capitalized on the Timberwolves' desperation to mount a comeback, forcing hurried shots and exploiting mismatches. While Minnesota showed flashes of determination, led by a few scrappy drives from Edwards and Randle, it wasn't enough to stem the tide. Oklahoma City's bench players stepped up to maintain intensity, securing rebounds and hitting timely jump shots. The Thunder's discipline on both ends of the floor ensured the lead remained steady. By the final buzzer, Oklahoma City had sealed a 118-103 victory, sending a strong message that they were in full control of the series. Game 2 underscored the Oklahoma City Thunder's balanced attack and stifling defense as the backbone of their success. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's all-around excellence was on full display, and the supporting cast complemented him seamlessly. The Timberwolves, while showing resilience and flashes of their potential, were hampered by turnovers and inconsistent offensive execution. Anthony Edwards' health remains a critical factor as the series progresses. Moving forward, Minnesota will need to tighten their ball security, leverage their size advantage in the paint more effectively, and find ways to disrupt the Thunder's rhythm. For Oklahoma City, sustaining their defensive pressure and continuing to diversify their offense will be key to closing out the series as it shifts to Minnesota's home court. Thanks for watching Jintatski Sports. If that video hit home or gave you something to think about, drop a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the heart of sports to life. Until next time, stay inspired and keep chasing greatness.